मोगैम्बो खुश हुआ। बड़े बड़े शहरों में ऐसी छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती हैं। डॉन को पकड़ना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन है। No, I'm not on the wrong show. The sentences I just spoke are some of the most iconic dialogues in Indian cinema. They are what you call catchphrases. These words became so popular that they continue to be cult despite the passage of time, and the artists who delivered them will now forever be associated with them. Another day, another example of the sheer power of words. Hello and welcome to Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon, Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. I'm your host, Sohali Khan, and I'm here with a fresh batch of bright young minds who will rigorously race to be Classmate Spell Bee's stellar speller. The winner shall receive a big, bright and shiny trophy and prize money of 50,000 rupees on winning the semi-finals. That is our round 3. While the national champion will receive 2 lakh rupees and a chance to attend the prestigious Scripps National Spelling Bee 2020 with a parent in Washington, D.C., along with an opportunity to visit the iconic White House. Before we continue with the show, let's quickly learn about some of the more legendary catchphrases in the English language, contributed by the world of cinema. First up is, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Gone with the Wind. Considered a timeless story about a turbulent love affair between Rhett Butler and Scarlett O'Hara in the American South during the Civil War, this line is easily the most memorable in the film. Number 2, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse, from The Godfather. In this legendary story of an Italian immigrant crime family, Marlon Brando delivers this statement that hides a threat. The offer that can't be refused essentially means choosing to cooperate with the Corleone family over death. This catchphrase is reiterated till date, known to even those who have never seen the film. Number 3, you talking to me? From Taxi Driver. This line from Robert De Niro's beloved tough guy talking to the mirror scene in Taxi Driver was completely spontaneous and inspired by another icon. Allegedly, De Niro saw the crowd chant Bruce Springsteen's name at his concert. Springsteen pretended he was unable to hear the crowd and replied, "You talking to me?" With these fun facts lighting up our brains, let us begin our quest. I am very, very proud to introduce you to our 4 genius speller fellas for the day. This is a quick opportunity for another catchphrase. Here's looking at you, kids. Let's meet them. Put your hands together for Shrivali Ghosh from St. Michael's School, Girls Wing, Shiliguri. Sharvari Bharhanpure from National Public School, Bangalore. Let's welcome back Shikha Bheda from Whitty International School in Mumbai. And Akshat Shehzade from Choitram School in Indore. Welcome to the show, guys. So are we ready to race?
Yeah.
Before we go further, I'd like to quickly throw some light over Classmate's philosophy. Classmate understands that each child is unique, and we encourage every child to keep this golden philosophy in mind whilst honing his or her future self. To be judged only on their merit and never anyone else's. To compete only with themselves and no one else. Classmate endeavors to help students perform better and be better through their fantastic range of stationery products, such as notebooks, pens, mechanical pencils, math instruments, and art stationery. You can now also design your own notebook covers by visiting classmateshop.com. And now let's introduce you to our Classmate Connect panel. These friendly faces have a knack for knowing the hardest words like the back of their hands. They are all ex-contestants from previous seasons and have already experienced what all of you here are about to. There can be lifelines to you in rounds 1 and 2, but I do need to tell you, you can only use them in rounds 1 and 2 and only once. So if you're unsure of a word, you can ask me, I'll connect you to the panel. They will be given 30 seconds to confer, spell out the word. You can then choose to accept or reject that spelling. Over the last several seasons, we've seen how the Classmate Connect option can really be a lifesaver. So do use them wisely. All right then, let's meet our Classmate Connect panel. Let's welcome Shrija Malipuri from Vijayawada, who was the winner of Season 10. Mrinal Kuteri from Hyderabad, who was the national finalist in Season 8 and Season 10. And Anvi Yadav from Gurgaon, who was the second runner-up in Season 10. All right then, we are ready to roll. And for the ones watching us from home, we have something special for you as well. And now, let us begin the race for the ultimate Spell Nobel. All right, it's time to cast some spells. So before we dive into the competition, I'd like to spell out the rules of round 1 to you. I'll ask each of you to spell 4 words. As you know, the first 2 words are worth 5 points each. The second 2 words are worth 10 points apiece. You know that you can ask me for clues. Those clues include the definition of the word, part of speech, usage in a sentence, and language of origin. Remember, your scores in round 1 will be carried over to round 2. And I would like to remind you, of course, that we're here to have a lot of fun, but it is at the end of the day a competition, which means that I will have the sad task of eliminating one contestant at the end of round 1. That will be the person with the lowest score. If we find ourselves in a tie between 2 or more contenders, then the one contender who has used their Classmate Connect option earlier will automatically be eliminated. If we still have a tie, then the person who misspelled a word earlier will be eliminated. If we still find ourselves in a tie, then we will go to a tie-breaking round on the buzzer. So let's begin the quest to find our next stellar speller. And we'll begin with our first contestant from St. Michael's School Girls Wing in Shiliguri. Let's welcome Shivali Ghosh.
My favorite author is J.K. Rowling because I love her Harry Potter books. My favorite subject is biology. The weirdest word I have come across is caoutchouc. It's spelled as C-A-O-U-T-C-H-O-U-C.
Hi, Shivali.
Hi.
So you've been on the show before.
Yes.
Remind us, which season were you on?
I was on season 11.
On season 11?
Yes.
And how did you do?
I did not do so well.
But you've made it again to the top 16,
Yes.
which goes to show that perseverance always pays off. And I hope that you surpass yourself, because the idea is really to have yourself as competition and beat yourself and
Yes.
improve yourself. So I wish you all the best. And firstly, congratulations on making it back to the show.
Thank you.
Should we begin round 1? Your first word in round 1 is worth 5 points. And that word is gruel.
May I have the definition of the word?
A thin liquid food of oatmeal or other meal boiled in milk or water.
May I have the language of origin?
German via French via Middle English.
Okay, may I have the usage in a sentence?
This soup is so bad, it's like gruel that even Oliver Twist wouldn't ask a second helping of.
Okay, I would like to spell it as G-R-U-E-L.
That is correct. Well done. We move swiftly to your second word in round 1, also worth 5 points. And that word is borough.
Is it of French origin?
It is Dutch and German.
May I have the definition of the word?
A town or district which is an administrative unit.
Okay, may I have the usage in a sentence?
He dreams of bowling for his country, even though all the kids in the borough smack him about for sixes.
I would like to spell it as B-O-R-O-U-G-H.
You're right, well done. You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Now the words are worth 10 points apiece. Your third word in round 1 is ruminant.
May I have the definition, please?
A contemplative person, a person given to meditation.
May I have the language of origin?
Latin.
May I have the usage in a sentence?
He would spend hours after classes like a ruminant, haunting the library into the early evening.
I would like to spell it as R-U-M-I-N-A-N-T.
That is correct. Well done. Are you feeling less nervous now?
Yes.
I think you're doing very well. Good luck. Your word to spell is simony or simony.
May I have the definition, please?
The buying or selling of ecclesiastical privileges.
Okay, may I have the usage in a sentence?
He was the first pope to actively call out the dangers of simony and banned it outright from the church.
May I have the language of origin?
Latin via French via Middle English.
I would like to spell it as S-I-M-O-N-Y.
That is correct. Well done. I'm so pleased to tell you at the end of round 1, Shivali, you have a perfect score of 30 points. Very, very well played. Please have a seat. And now it's time to see what spell the next wizard is going to cast. It's your turn, Sharvari Bharhanpure from National Public School in Bangalore.
It's interesting to know that in Anglo-Saxon or Old English, they used to pronounce the silent letters, so it was much easier for people to spell it. Like for no, they would say kno. I like French because it's really interesting to learn all the words and it has a lot of influence on English language as well, but French is very pleasing to the ears also. It's really nice to learn.
Hi, Sharvari.
Hi.
What does Sharvari mean?
It means twilight. It's also another name for Parvati.
Oh, lovely. It's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Excited.
Excited?
Yeah.
What did you make of the words that I presented Shivali with?
They were Slightly complicated, but I guess they were doable.
Doable. Is there anything else that you like to do apart from presumably reading and spelling and
I like dancing, playing football.
dancing and playing football?
Yeah.
Not at the same time. What position are you on the football field?
I play striker.
Striker?
Yes.
Those are the people who score the goals,
Yes.
right? And have you scored many goals?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think so.
Good luck, Sharvari. Should we begin round one?
Yeah.
Your first word in round one is worth 5 points, and that word is licit.
Could I have the meaning?
Lawful, not forbidden.
Could I have the word of origin?
Latin.
Could you use it in a sentence?
Several lifestyles that are frowned upon in many countries today were actually licit in ancient society.
Okay, I'll go with Licit.
That is correct. Well done. Your second word, also worth 5 points, is braise.
Could I have the meaning?
To fry food lightly and then stew it slowly in a closed container.
Could I have the language of origin?
French.
Could I have the usage in a sentence?
I advised him to braise the chunks the night before so that they'd be ready to cook before the party.
Okay, I'd like to spell it as Braze.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. The accurate spelling is Braise, which means we cannot give you points for that, but better to get this one wrong than the next because you've only lost 5 points. Good luck. Your third word in round one, worth 10 points now, is EUCHARIST.
Could I have the meaning?
The Christian service, ceremony, or sacrament commemorating the Last Supper.
Could I have the language of origin?
Greek via French via Middle English.
Could I have the usage in a sentence?
The worshippers shared bread and wine in the Eucharist as a sign of their unity with each other.
EUCARIST.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. You missed out an H. EUCHARIST is the accurate spelling. No matter, one word still remains, don't lose heart, in round one. And that word could take your total to 15 points. Good luck, Sharvari. Your word to spell is cooing.
Could I have the meaning?
Making a call to attract attention.
Could I have the language of origin?
It is Australian Aboriginal.
Could I have the usage in a sentence?
The archer tiptoed into the center of the clearing, cooing twice to let us know that he was in position.
Could I have the part of speech?
A verb.
A verb. Okay. I'd like to spell it as COOEING.
I'm afraid it's off by just one letter. It is COOEEING and an extra E. And it's interesting to know it's actually 5 vowels in sequence. COOEEING, cooing, which means we cannot give you points for that. It was a tough round, I'm afraid, Sharvari. And we're going to have to see how the other contestants do to see where you stand at the end of round one. But please put your hands together. It's a difficult competition. And thank you for playing. Sharvari, at the end of round one, has 5 points. Poor Dan is in a droop. Sit on a potato pan, Otis. What do these very unusual sentences have in common? They're palindromes. A palindrome is a word, sentence, verse, or even a number that reads the same way backward or forward. The term has Greek roots and literally translates to running back. The most common palindromes we use in everyday life include noon, civic, race car, level, and mom. While we head for a short break, why don't you think of some more palindrome phrases? And we'll see you on the other side. welcome back to Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, India's biggest English spelling competition, presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. Before the break, we discussed palindromes. Here are a few phrases to help you get started. Madam, I'm Adam. Never odd or even. Was it a car or a cat I saw? Is this juvenile or genius? You get to choose. Coming back to our quest, we've quizzed 2 out of our 4 contenders on their spelling strength, and now it's time for Shikha Bheda from Whitty International School, Mumbai, to try her luck. So please come on over.
My favorite author is James Dashner for writing the book Maze Runner. It is just amazing and I just love the fiction that he has put in it. Apart from reading, I love watching TV and I love playing video games. My favorite word is maneuver, M-A-N-O-E-U-V-R-E, because I just love how the vowels are jumbled between consonants.
Hi, Shikha.
Hello.
I remember you.
Yeah, I remember you too.
Thank you for not forgetting me. This is your first,
Third time.
Third time.
Third time.
And you know what they say, third time's a charm.
Yeah.
I also remember you were a Harry Potter fan. But do you want to tell us who is your favorite character?
My favorite character, I guess, Hermione Granger.
Of course.
Yeah, I admire her wit.
Yes. And are you studious like she is?
Not exactly, no.
No. I hope the words that we have for you are not too tricky and ones that you're familiar with, and all your hard work pays off. Good luck, Shikha, and it's so lovely to have you back with us. Your first word is worth 5 points, and that word is upbraid.
Can I have the definition?
Find fault with, scold.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The teacher found it necessary to upbraid Akshay for his habit of slipping into class 5 minutes late regularly.
And the language of origin?
Middle English.
U-P-B-R-A-I-D, upbraid.
That is absolutely correct. Well done. We move swiftly to your second word, also worth 5 points, and that word is drivel.
Can I have the definition?
Nonsense.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Ask him to recite Shakespeare and he'll utter some drivel about how nobody likes that kind of English anymore.
The language of origin?
Old English.
D-R-I-V-E-L, drivel.
That is absolutely correct. Well done. Your next word in round 1 is now worth 10 points. And that word is glaucous.
Can I have the definition?
Of a dull greyish-green or blue color.
Can you use it in a sentence?
I'm particularly interested in finding where you got that beautiful plant with glaucous leaves.
It is an adjective.
It is an adjective.
What is the language of origin?
Greek via Latin.
G-L-A-U-C-O-U-S.
That is absolutely correct. Very well done. Good luck. Your word to spell is lessee.
Can I have the definition?
A person who holds the lease of a property, a tenant.
Can you use it in a sentence?
My lawyer assured me that as a lessee, I had certain rights that my landlord could not overlook.
Can I have the language of origin?
French.
L-E-S-S-E-E.
That is absolutely correct. Very well done.
Thank you.
And I'm very pleased to tell you, at the end of round 1, Shikha, you also have a perfect score of 30 points. Very well played. Please have a seat. Which brings us now to our only boy contestant. Please welcome Akshat Shahzade from Choitram International School in Indore.
I like the works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who is the creator of Sherlock Holmes. I mean, what comes to my mind is Chochka, which is spelled T-C-H-O-T-C-H-K-E. So I find that very different.
Hi, Akshat.
Hello.
What do you make of your competition?
It's pretty tough.
Pretty tough?
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Do you think girls are smarter than boys?
I don't know.
Have you thought about what you want to be when you grow up, when you become bigger?
Like something related to, space or maybe mathematics.
I wish you all the best. Should we begin round 1?
Yeah.
Your first word in round 1 is worth 5 points, and that word is loathsome.
Definition?
Causing hatred or disgust, repulsive.
Language of origin?
Middle English.
And usage in a sentence?
The captain's loathsome comments about the opposition team earned him a 2-year ban from the game.
So I would like to spell it as L-O-A-T-H-E-S-O-M-E.
I'm so sorry, that's inaccurate. There was an E that you added in there.
Oh, okay.
The accurate spelling is Loath, no E, S-O-M-E. But no matter, the best mistakes are made early on, so we shake them off and move ahead. Our second word in round 1 is also worth 5 points, and that word is onesie.
So definition?
A loose-fitting one-piece leisure garment covering the torso and legs.
Usage in a sentence?
She giggled at how her husband looked like a little baby waddling about the room in a onesie.
Language origin?
1980s derivation.
ONESIE.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Classmates, are you familiar with the word onesie? Why not?
It's onesie.
ONESIE is the accurate spelling. Thank you so much. Your third word to spell, worth 10 points, and your Classmate Connect option is still available to you. Your word to spell is MYASMA or MYASMA.
Definition?
An unpleasant or unhealthy smell or vapor.
And the language origin?
Greek.
Usage in a sentence?
He staggered into the house at 2 a.m. with a miasma of cheap alcohol hanging over him.
So I'd like to go with MYASMA.
I'm afraid you're off by one letter.
Again, okay.
It is only one letter that it takes. The accurate spelling is M-I, not Y, A-S-M-A. You're still in the game though. You do still have one word remaining in round 1. Your word to spell, to stay in the game, is munificence.
And the definition?
The quality or action of being extremely generous. And the time to use your Classmate Connect option, if you need it, would be now.
I'll use it. Fine.
Akshat would like to use his Classmate Connect option.
So we would like to go with MUNIFICENCE.
Fine.
That is correct. Well done. Anything you want to say to them?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was well played. And that means, Akshat, at the end of round 1, you have a score of 10 points. Please have a seat. And that marks the end of a very exciting round 1. Well played to all of you. So with this, our round 1 ends. We'll share the final scores right after a short break. Though here's a catch phrase. While we head for a short break, why don't you think of a known catchphrase that has been gifted to us by a loved comic book villain? Here's a clue. He belongs to the DC universe. And we're back on Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, home to the best of the spellers, presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. Before going on a break, we'd asked you to think about a very popular phrase by a comic book villain that has become an integral part of our conversations. The answer is, why so serious? The phrase was quoted by the most popular villain of all times, Joker, from the DC universe, and became a phenomena with the movie The Dark Knight in 2008. As of now, our 4 speller fellas battle to win in round 1 of today's competition, and now it's time for me to announce the scores. The scores of round 1 are as follows. We have a tie in the first position between Shivali and Shikha. They both lead with perfect scores of 30 points apiece. In second position, we have Akshat with 10 points. And in third position, we have Sharvari with 5 points. I'm so sorry, Sharvari. That means that it is the end of the road just for today. But I hope that we do get to meet again, and I do hope that you will continue your love of spelling and reading and football and all the other things that you're so good at. Let's give her a big round of applause. If I could ask you to have a seat in the audience. Well, I want to give you all a huge round of applause. I think you've done very well. And now we have a result. We know who is going to be playing our critical round 2. But for the moment, it's a goodbye from us. We're going to be back with our 3 semi-finalists in round 2. So tune in tomorrow and find out who persists in the grueling race to the top. Before we leave, here's a book recommendation. Try out J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye. It's the story of Holden Caulfield, the novel's love him or hate him protagonist. Holden struggles with socializing and understanding the world around him. The book opens as Holden gets expelled from his school and begins a hilarious and heartwarming journey through New York City. This is Sohali Khan signing off from Classmate's Spellbee Season 12, presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon, Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. Au revoir.